Assalamualaikum 7th class. I hope you are doing good. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 6, the binary computing. First we need to know what is a data processing. Before discussing about the data processing, we need to know what is a data about. Data is basically derived from the word datum, that means something given, right? So it is basically defined as the collection of facts and figures, right? So data can be in the form of a text, it can be in the form of alphabets, it can be in the form of characters. Whatever we enter into the computer, it is in the form of data. And we use input devices like mouse, keyboard, scanners, cameras to enter data into the computer. And to get the output, we use the output devices like monitors, printers, and speakers. Now we need to know what is output about. When we enter data into the computer, it becomes as input, and when we process that input, it becomes output, and that output means information, right? So the processed form of data is basically called as information, right? So whatever we enter into the computer, it is called as input, then it is processed and it becomes output, that is information, and that is stored in the CPU. That process is basically called as data processing. Now we need to know what are the binary states of data. There are basically two binary states of data we have. As we know, computer only understands the binary language, that is in the form of zeros and ones. So basically data has two states, two binary states. Number one is the zeros, and number two is ones. So zero means low state of current and ones means high state of current. Means zero means off, and one means on, right? So there are basically two binary states of data, that is zeros and one. Now we need to know what is the difference between analog data and digital data. So basically the data that is understood by the humans is called as analog data, and the data that is understood by the computer is called as digital data, right? So uh, so that is the basic difference between the analog data and the digital data, right? uh, Now there are basically two states of data, as we have discussed the two states of data, that is ones and zero, right? Whenever we press a key on the keyboard, the electronic signals are sent to the processor, and the processor understands these signals and stores them, right? So these signals are basically represent ones and zeros, right? And that is the binary states of data, means ones and zeros, and is called as binary data, right? So we need to know what is about encoding and decoding. So encoding means the signal conversion, the signals we are entering into the computer with the help of keyboard. So basically the signal conversion from analog to digital form is called as encoding. As I have discussed, as I've told you, that analog data is understood by the humans and digital data is understood by the computer. So the signal conversion from analog to digital form is called as encoding, and whereas the signal conversion from digital to analog form, that humans can understand information, is called as decoding. So that is basically the difference between the encoding and decoding, right? And we need to know what is a number system. Is basically a number system is a way to represent numbers, right? There are several ways of representing the number systems. Basically we are going to discuss the four types of number systems. Number one is the decimal number system, number two is the binary number system, and the third one is the octal number system, and four is the hexadecimal number system. Now we are going to discuss that the types of number systems. Number one is the decimal number system. Now it consists of it consists of 10 digits basically. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it has 10 digits in this number system. So it has base 10 because it includes 10 digits in it. Now the second one is the binary number system. It includes